Hi all, welcome to Interpersonal Communication. This is Kojo 1030, Section 40. I'm your course instructor, Bree Brasher. Feel free to just call me Bree. The purpose of this intro video is for me to introduce myself and so we can talk about our course syllabus and schedule. Because this is an online course, we're also going to utilize Zoom. It's an online meeting platform, kind of like FaceTime or Skype, that can also host group meetings. So I'll talk a little bit about that today and we will work through the course together this semester. It is an online communication class, which seems a little weird. I know it's kind of like gym online, but this online platform, this Canvas course shell, really works well and facilitates the course in a pretty unique manner, and I think it'll be pretty utilitarian moving forward as a lot of things shift with technology to being online. So even learning how to communicate online is very important moving forward in our lives. So we're going to talk about, first, my office is virtual. I actually live in Newcastle, Wyoming, so I'm not on the University of Wyoming campus. Therefore, we have those virtual office hours through Zoom. So I am online every Monday and Wednesday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. and on Tuesday mornings from 9 to 10 a.m. You can always send me an email and we can set up an appointment. If those times don't work for you, no worries. I also have my email up here, bbrasher@uyo. And I do have my phone listed here for emergency purposes, but I very much prefer email. I typically respond to you within 24 hours on the weekdays. Give me about 48 hours on the weekends. And if I don't reply to you during the weekdays and 24, please send me a little reminder email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. We do have a required text for this course. It's called Interplay, the Process of Interpersonal Communication, and we are using the 13th edition. There is a 14th out there, but you should still be able to find the 13th pretty easily. So stick with 13 if you can. Students are responsible for reading and understanding all materials assigned in the text, even if not directly covered in class. So what that means is I'm going to pull out all the really juicy pieces and parts, the stuff that I think is imperative, those concepts that are imperative to our discussions and our papers, but you are responsible for the chapters as a whole in regards to quizzes and tests, so be sure that you're reading carefully and taking good notes every week. Alright, our course description. This course is designed to facilitate your understanding of the basic concepts, vocabulary, theories, and processes relevant to the study of communication behaviors. An equally important goal of this course is the development of your own interpersonal skills by increasing your repertoire of behavioral choices. Readings, discussions, assessments, and written assignments will be used to aid in the development and knowledge of skills relating to interpersonal communication competence. During each class, we will strive to merge theory with practice. So we're really going to rely heavily on our discussion threads. Be sure to set aside enough time to correspond descriptively and intuitively with your classmates. All right. So I trust you guys can read through the detailed language of the syllabus. Make sure you're reading carefully. We talked a little bit about communication practices. I do prefer email. Be sure to structure your emails in a very polite, professional manner, and we'll start to practice those kinds of communication behaviors too. I think it's pretty common that email is seen as almost like a text message now, and we want to shift back into that professional manner, especially when taking a communications course. Alright, let's talk a little bit about some class expectations. So attendance here is a little weird because it's an online class again, but attendance is largely going to be, are you participating fully in your discussions? Are your assignments turned in on time? Those types of things. So just being sure that you are online probably every day, checking and making sure that your assignments and things are up to par. Alright, grading. The grade earned in this class depends on the amount of work the student chooses to do as well as its quality. You have 700 points total to earn, 300 of which are exams. So from exam 1 to exam 2, you take a test on that content. The content from exam 2 to exam 3, you take a test on that content, and so forth. So not cumulative, just between the sections that we're working on right then. Okay. Then we do have 3 papers, 3 to 5 pages in length, 50 points each. Those will largely be pointed at some personal experience relative to the concepts we're discussing around that time in this semester. We have 12 chapters, so the message boards correlating with the chapter will be graded for 10 points each. Same with the quizzes. There's a quiz for every chapter at 10 points. And our Zoom meet and greet, which will be Thursday, January 25 or January 23rd. So there's 2 time options here. You can meet me on Tuesday night at 7 or Thursday morning at 9. And again, if those times don't work, just shoot me an email and we'll find another time to meet. But really try and be online for one of these 2 meetings. It'll be very brief. Just a hello to make sure Zoom is working for you. And there's some instructions provided in our week 1 module to help you out with Zoom too. ADA accommodations. If you have any disability that relates to this course, please let me know right away, and I will work with disability services on your particular accommodations for this class. All right, academic dishonesty. Guys, this is the worst part about being an instructor. I hate having to deal with this and talk to kids about academic dishonesty, so I would prefer you just cite away. Anytime you have a question or a problem related to a citation, please let me know right away and we'll get it addressed. But you will never be in trouble for citing too much in this class. Please always just attribute information accordingly. No sharing work with other classmates, and do your own work ahead of time, I suggest. I think when students are tempted to plagiarize, it's when they get behind in class. So just stay up on all of your coursework, ask any questions, and when in doubt, my rule is always cite. Okay, so moving right along, here are some point breakdowns leading up to our 700 points once again. And then we'll get into this tentative course schedule here. So our Zoom meet and greet, again, is either Tuesday night, the 23rd at 7 p.m. or Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And here's the link right to it. So what you should be able to do with Zoom is just click on the link and it'll ask you to create a username, walk you through some steps, and then you should be able to pop into the meeting, no problem. If not, I suggest downloading the app. It's free, and working through the app that way. There'll be a meeting ID in our Zoom instructions that we'll talk about here in a second that you may need if you go about it that way. But most students, again, are able to just follow the link and the prompts that come after that. If you're having any issues, let me know right away. I suggest trying to pop onto Zoom a little bit early the first time just to make sure that the setup is all working well by the time we need to meet. All right, each week you'll have a reading assigned typically on Tuesday, then you'll have a quiz on Thursday, and this discussion thread here, I really want to stress this. This discussion thread is going to be worked throughout the whole week. So I'd really like your first post, your detailed post, to be done by Thursday, and then you have until Sunday night to correspond on there with your classmates and respond to several posts, those kinds of things. The discussion, again, is what's really going to drive our class, so we're going to use this content, incorporate it into discussion, and that's where we're really going to work with our classmates, exploring some of the concepts and theories presented in our text. So yeah, readings on Tuesdays I suggest taking the quiz. It's going to be due by Thursday nights, and then that discussion thread is not technically due until Sundays, but really working through it during the week if you can. Our paper 1, you will see I assign the paper here on Tuesday the 6th, but the paper is not actually due until the 20th, so you have a couple weeks to work and prepare for that assignment. So then we'll follow that up with our exam. We'll have a discussion thread right before where you might be able to ask me any questions, and again, I have those online office hours too to help with that. So just work through the schedule that way. I do have spring break built in with no work due there. You do have a paper due coming back, but again, you have that Monday to kind of get your head back in the game again. So just looking through the schedule, planning accordingly. Our final exam will be on Thursday. Or Tuesday, sorry, Tuesday 5/8. So planning that in, again, it'll just be our 3rd exam, that non-cumulative exam. All right, all, let's talk a little bit about Zoom. So if we go into our modules, we're going to work week by week in this class. So week 1 here, you can see we have the syllabus and schedule that we were just talking about, some office hours that we discussed, and our first introductory message board here. So just be sure to post and check that out our first week. This is the Zoom link and instructions. It may take a second to download. Okay, so We will meet our Zoom meeting for 10 points again, Tuesday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. or Thursday, January 25 at 9 a.m. If you have any trouble, here is the invitation. So you have the meeting ID here, some other instructions there, and then moving forward, it'll tell you a little bit about Zoom and any support function you may need, but I can probably help you work through any issues there. All right. Going ahead, you'll be able to see we'll work right into week 2. You'll have some PowerPoints, some outlines, some flashcards, other things like that to help you with content each week. Please feel free to email with any questions. Email me right away, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm very excited to meet you all in our Zoom intro meet and greet, and very excited to get started with this course. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.